Okay, our last stand-up comic of the evening. It hails originally from Tyler, Texas, but has been in Columbus for a few years now. So we had a conversation before the show. I have Texas relatives, she has Texas relatives, and we were discussing which of them were more Hicks, and I won. So let's give a warm welcome to Leslie Battle.
I'm not a stripper, but I want to be. Second childhood and all that happiness. Like Darla said, my name is Leslie. For those of you that don't know me, I'm 43 years old. Thank you. I have 3 kids who are ages 20, 16, and 13. And since 1988, I have been a member of the United States Army. I am now in the National Guard. Thank you. Since 2001. And so basically, I tell you all of that to give you some warning signs for what a midlife crisis looks like, because you're staring right down the barrel. And it's a good time. It's a good time. In addition to all that, I am single. My ex and I got divorced about 3 years ago. Quite possibly the best thing a man could have ever done, because I ended up in therapy. And my therapist is hot. So, God works in mysterious ways. But it's interesting though, because I actually do have medical documentation that proves that motherfucker drove me crazy. So just saying, your GML will cover that. But HMO, I messed that up, sorry. But I enjoy being a woman in the military. There's some definite perks to being a woman in the military. Like they teach some very important things, like how to think strategically, or how to do a proper push-up, and how not to get pissed off when you see another chick dressed like you. That happens a lot. And it gives you some really interesting threats you can give your teenage boys when they're feeling their testosterone and thinking they just gonna clown on mom. Like, don't you remember that video of me shooting a grenade launcher? Of all the moms you know, you wanna fuck with this one. We can try that. So everybody's into pop culture. There's all this buzz about Miley Cyrus and all that madness. I haven't even watched the video. I can't do it. I've gotten a play-by-play by all my Facebook friends. I have a lot of Facebook friends. I could probably construct like an animated video of all the pictures that have been posted. End up watching it. But the pop culture things go by so fast too. Like, remember when Kim Kardashian was pregnant and everybody was like, "Oh my God, look at Kim, she's blowing up, blah blah blah." Like, Sister Girl didn't have childbearing lips before she got pregnant. She expect the rest of her body to do when hormones kick in. Just saying. And then the baby was born, and everybody's like, "Oh, who names their baby North?" And people are all upset about what they named the baby, and I tried to figure that out because I'm a live and let live kind of person. But I realized what it is. A lot of people think that Kanye sold out because he didn't spell it with an F. Man, you could have took him on an exchange train. What's wrong with you, bro? And then, oh my gosh, Paula Dean was in trouble because, she was saying stuff she wasn't supposed to and all this kind of stuff. And I'll be the first one to admit, living in Ohio, there's a lot of places where there ain't a lot of brown people, and I'm used to it. It's not a big deal. But I seem to be that safe black friend, and people think they can ask anything. So, of course, in the middle of the Paula Dean scandal, everybody's like, "Oh, what do you think about the N-word? She shouldn't have used it." And I'm like, my N-word is nymphomania, and I'm a fan. I think more people should engage in it, if you ask me. No ask. But I'll tell you, this whole dating thing, it's really interesting too. I mean, I'll be the first one to admit as I get older, my body changes a little bit. And I was never blessed so much in the chestal region. But there's one thing I can count on when I meet a nice young man in the club. He definitely likes me for my personality. I actually don't know what it's like for a guy to be staring at my chest. I've thought about stuffing, but it's kind of, not a big deal. So I played around on the online dating thing, that's what everybody's going to, the eHarmony and all the commercials that you see and all this kind of stuff. And word of advice, fellas, if you're going to indulge in that sort of thing, if you're going to put down your body type as athletic, we don't mean sumo wrestling. A little truth in advertising would be appreciated. as you. I didn't know that dudes lied about their age like chicks do, because they do, for real. It's crazy. Or maybe it's just the assholes that I attract. Okay, moving on. But, you know, so, like I said, not too happy with the online dating thing. So I'm asking my friends, you know, where do I go to meet a nice guy? And of course, the number one answer is church. Y'all want that building to burn down, don't you? You know me. But, okay, I give church a try. Maybe the leather catsuit was a bad wardrobe call. But I didn't take the whip. I mean, for crying out loud, it was church, not that bad. Then another thing is like, oh, you can meet all kinds of nice guys at the grocery store. Well, I maxed out my Kroger points and get gas for free, but no, not so much. Didn't happen. It's all good. Oh my goodness. But, you know, I'll tell you, life these days though, it's really crazy. I mean, there's so much stuff that's going on. I mean, you got all this unrest in Syria and Egypt, and we got stuff going on here at home. And yet the internet is going crazy over Grumpy Cat. Didn't cats already have that reputation? But where'd Richard go? I think in a couple of years I'm gonna need that multi-cat neutering thing. I'm not saying I'm gonna go that route. Maybe it happened. But yeah, I'll tell you a couple of things about my ex-husband. I try not to talk about him too terribly much because I'm healing. But there's just a few times that, you know, he and I had some discussions that, you know, you think you know somebody, but you really kind of don't. Like for me, I grew up in East Texas, like Darla said, and so my great-great-grandparents were slaves. Now, I don't get all militant and stuff about it because y'all outnumber me wherever I go. But if anybody's feeling any guilt over that thing, I am kind of creative in, you know, reparations and all that stuff, like your bonds, Walmart cards, you know, we can work something out. I mean, you know, we can get back to each other. But it's funny though, because our son was doing this genealogy assignment for school, and the question was, how far back can you trace your family? Well, you know, I only go back to like 1860, whenever they decided that we were people and not animals. But he knows that his great-grandparents immigrated either from Germany or Ireland. And so he turns to me and he's like, well, baby, which boat do you think your folks came over on? So I took a deep cleansing breath and I realized that I'm too pretty to go to jail. I don't care what y'all see in the damn Medea movies, we ain't all badasses. And I just looked him straight in the face and I said, well, honey, there's a distinct possibility our folks came over on the same boat. It's just mine from Rome. Now get in that kitchen and make me a sandwich before I kill your ass. Not violent, I just have a temper. Not really. You know, it's really funny too, because like, we were married almost 15 years, and you know, you see enough Cosmo covers in the grocery line, you start thinking that maybe you can take some of these hints. One of the things, what do people always preach about? Girls, you gotta keep it spicy in the bedroom, right? So I'm asking him, I'm like, you know, what kind of things do you want to do? What's your fantasy? What's going on? And of course, I was like, no, everything's fine, everything's fine. 12 years we've been married. 12 years we've been married. He finally admits to me that he's got a slave master fantasy. Really? Because I kind of figured that out when you started going out with a black chick. I don't know. They say women mature faster than men. Maybe, maybe not. Single fellas in the house? Single guys? Woo! Ooh, thank you for not being scared. You would be amazed how many times I ask that question. It's like, crickets, that bitch is crazy. Crickets. I have some advice for you single men. Are you straight single men?
I'm not going to speak for everyone.
That is a smart man right there. Single fellas, think about dating women like doing crossword puzzles. It's not that complicated, but every once in a while you need to do an easy one so you can keep your confidence up. My name's Leslie, thank you very much.